everyone, I'm Talia Hagler and this is On the Bright Side, brought to you by Dawn Incorporated, your trusted local commercial contractor since 1993. We start this episode on the farm. I was lucky enough to get to spend some time at Frog Pond Farm, where they make really great soap, amazingly delicious fudge, and there's a bunch of baby goats. It doesn't get much better than that.
My name is Marcia Coakley. I am one of the owners of Frog Pond Farm, which is a goat farm outside of Canfield, Ohio. As far as the products we offer, we started with soap and have expanded, moving into goat milk fudge. We also do goat milk lotion. We do some natural body butters and lip balms. We started with 2 little baby doelings. When one of them was about 1.5 years old, she started producing milk without being bred or giving birth. That's called having a precocious udder. So I made a batch of soap out of that, and it wasn't very good. We didn't know what we were doing. So I made a second batch and it was much better. And I started sharing with people at work and friends, and somehow out of that, a few months later, I had my soap in 13 Hallmark stores, and that just kind of took a life of its own. We were interested in making some other products, so I started, just messing around trying to get a good fudge recipe. I needed it to be exceptional because I wasn't just going to be some ho-hum average fudge out there. I wanted to be the best fudge out there, and so it took like 2 years, but I finally hit it, and it's a good product. I probably love it because of the goats. The goats have such great personalities. You get to know them. You get to know exactly how they're going to react. I love the creative process. We try to do at least 1 or 2 new soap scents a season, as well as continuing to offer new fudge selections. If you would have looked at me 10 years ago and said you're going to quit your full-time cushy corporate job and be a full-time goat farmer, I probably would have laughed at you. It's funny, but I wouldn't have it any other way right now.
If you want to get up close and personal with those baby goats, you can. Frog Pond Farm is hosting baby goat yoga and a baby goat spring event later this month. Use the QR code on the screen for more information. And now to our Maker Minute or 2 segment, featuring a crafting business started by 2 moms with a passion for crocheting. Sweet Sally's Creations founders, Becca and Rachel, can crochet just about anything from baby yoga and Pokemon to any custom creation you dream up.
My name's Rachel Colatrillo. I started Sweet Sally's Creations with my friend Becca Moliterno.
My name is Becca Moliterno. I am co-owner of Sweet Sally's Creations.
We do all kinds of handmade crocheted items.
We've had the business now for 5 years. I've known how to crochet for probably over 20 years now. My mom taught me how to crochet just flat things. Started off with scarves, blankets, and then just the last couple years, Rachel inspired me to learn how to do things called in the round, so making 3D creations. It's also called amigurumi, so doing the stuffed animals and the little gnomes and the little plants.
I've had a lot of influences growing up crochet-wise in my life, but I didn't really pick it up until my adult life. One of the major influences in my life was my husband's grandmother, Sally. So we were crochet buddies. So the name is in honor of her, but it's kind of an honor to all the generations before us that were doing this craft.
We just started with one craft show, and we took just a modge podge of things, and we just loved it. We loved engaging with the customers, and it was definitely a learning curve. But yeah, we started small, and now we've worked our way up to an Etsy shop and consigning.
We kind of marvel at our own growth. Becca and I We're laughing that I believe our first show we made like $30. So it just shows like if you keep persevering and trying things and experimenting with what works and doesn't, you can see that growth occur. We hope in the next year to start adding our own patterns available to buy.
Knowing that I learned to crochet from my mom has always been so meaningful that I would love to see us be able to start classes.
I think it's a beautiful craft and we want to keep carrying it on for future generations.
You can find Sweet Sally's creations at the Artisans Loft in Columbiana or at the National Aviary in Pittsburgh, which is really exciting for them. If you want to take a look at their products online, use the QR code on the screen and that will take you to their Etsy shop. And now to a nonprofit that's been serving the Valley for nearly a decade. Soles of Luv provides shoes and socks to children in need throughout the Valley. I was excited to go with them on their recent sizing and distribution visit to the Austintown Intermediate School.
The mission is we want to provide shoes and socks to children in need in the Tri-County area. Kathy Crawford is the founder of Soles of Luv. Several years ago, somebody from her parish approached her and said that there are children in need at the school that was located next to the church. They were wearing shoes too small, too big, they needed socks, underwear, clothing, that kind of thing. So Kathy contacted the school and together with a group of friends, they started the Soles of Luv. And that was in 2014. And today we are in 27 schools. I have been involved with Soles of Luv since the inception. I am on the board as also the treasurer. It's a privilege for me to be part of this organization and just to see the smiles on the children's faces, their excitement when they receive their new shoes and socks, it's just heartwarming. We come out and we measure the children. And then we'll go back and get the shoes, and if they measure a 7, we bring a 7.5 and an 8. So we have some backup. And then we come out and we make sure they fit properly, and we have them walk around the room a little bit, and then they go home with a pair of brand new shoes, 6 pairs of socks, and a drawstring book bag.
It makes the kids gain some self-confidence. They are so overjoyed to get a new pair of tennis shoes and feel equal to their peers. And for some kids, they're just used to hand-me-down, so something brand new is such a confidence builder. And I feel like if you feel good about how you look, then you also feel good about your insides, and so it spills over into their academics and in the classroom.
It's all about the children, and to see them wearing shoes that are too small and too big, tattered, soles coming away from the shoes. I was at a school one time and the shoes were so small for the little boy, he was wearing them like flip-flops. The heel was down and he just put his foot into the shoe so that it fit. So we didn't wait 2 or 3 days to get him a pair of shoes, we got him a pair immediately. So it's just all about the children.
It was really incredible to witness the kids' reaction to their new shoes, trying them on, walking around in them. If you want to help out or donate, use the QR code on the screen. And now to our segment, My Current Obsession, where I ask people about their current obsessions. Here's what they had to say.
My current obsession is definitely Aladdin's. I love their wraps. I get their hummus tabbouleh wrapped, and I would say it's a nice lunch to have like once a week. So definitely obsessed with it. Definitely could eat it like every day.
I'm actually obsessed with candles right now. And it's a new one came out, Precious Melting Pots, where they melt. Like the whole thing is like, they shape like flowers. You can put them in your house. Everything from the pot to the candle to the rocks. Smell phenomenal.
My current obsession is Crime Junkie, the podcast. I've been listening to it for years and I will never stop.
My current obsession is Colleen Hoover because she just has a wonderful way of writing.
Those were some really great obsessions. My current obsession are the pepperoni rolls from Pizza Boy in Poland. He does something really cool with them. It's like sweet. I think there's honey in them and spicy, and it's just a really great combination. If you haven't tried them, check them out. And now a word from our sponsor, Dawn Incorporated. As always, thank you so much for joining us. If you have any story ideas, make sure you pass them along. Have a great day, everyone.
On the Bright Side is produced by Mahoning Valley Productions, where we tell your stories.